What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? So today we got a little bit of a special one. I say that every time, but today it actually is very special, I promise you. You notice we like to spend a lot more time on Jeeps and whatnot, but today the daily driver is in the shop. Callie, the Duramax, is in the shop. And you might be asking, well, why is she in the shop? Is she broken? No, she's not broken. It's not a Jeep. They don't break as much. We actually have a bunch of goodies that are going to be going on here. We have a whole 3.5-inch rough country lift kit, full upper control arms and whatnot. That's going on today, and hopefully in this video TJ's Jeep is going to be getting a 2.5-inch lift. It's the same lift that's what's on Mike G's Jeep, so you will be getting a little bit of Jeep content in there. But we are doing both of these lifts because we are trying to prepare for all the events that we have coming up this summer. So stick around, we will throw these on and keep you guys with us.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, yeah. Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that.
All right, I'm sure you can tell we've been working for a little while. I'm starting to get a little dirty, but we have the front end almost completely torn apart. I went with the system that has the whole new knuckle because I didn't like the idea of having different angles and whatnot, and she's coming apart fairly easy. So we might be ahead of schedule on this one, but I'm gonna wait for the owner of this beautiful machine to get digging into this lift kit. So, and I'm sure you guys like the commentary when TJ's around, because I just keep him around because he's funny. Honestly, that he doesn't help at all. He's just funny. I'm gonna keep going, and hopefully before you know it, we can get the front end done so you guys can see the difference between the back end and the front end. I will say it's gonna look almost near finished when the front end is done, because the front end is actually what's gonna come up farther than how much the back end is going to come up, because right now it sits at a rake, and this system will have it actually sitting quite level.
No, wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap.
I still need to replace the shock absorber, but this is the old side compared to the new side. And I'm sure you can't really tell that much of a difference, but this side will help all my angles of my drive line.
With this one, when you, wait a minute, why does this look shorter?
You gotta think this is gonna be, well, no, you wanna know why? Because, where is it?
This is a big blooper.
Stevie, our whole lives are big bloopers. Look at how far down, like look at the angle of that upper control arm, like how far it comes out and down, whereas this one, nearly fucking flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's to compensate for adding this lip. But
yeah,
the knuckle actually is about the same.
Yeah, it almost, this looks a little bit smaller than that one, but this is so that everything stays almost true to how it was when the stock suspension is on, obviously just pushing the wheel down a little bit farther. We don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Once you better go live it up, cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, I'm living up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants, you better go live it up, cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I have one side of the front end installed. You can see the new upper control arm, new steering knuckle, and there's a new torsion key back in there. Other than that, everything else stayed stock, but everything, you can see the angles are basically the same as they are stock. And I have plenty of clearance. Now we still need to adjust and whatnot for camber and toe and all that good jazz, but that's not that entertaining. So now we're gonna move on to the back side here, lift up the back end and get this sitting right before we get all nitpicky on adjustments and whatnot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so another day. I had to stop the video short yesterday because it really wasn't all that entertaining. But lift kit is on for Callie. She's sitting over here. Doesn't actually look all that different, but the front end is a lot taller. This is all done. But up next is TJ's Jeep, the YJ. This Jeep kind of sticks out like a sore thumb amongst the rest of our Jeeps because it sits low. It does have the bigger tires, but it sits lower.
Yeah, biggest tires, but lowest Jeep. Do things backwards.
But we noticed that, and it's hard to get it in the shot. Hopefully I can get it when it's up off the ground. His leaf springs are completely flat, so this thing actually probably sits a little bit lower than it did. But
they were flat when I bought it, not because I'm fat.
But so this thing's now gonna finally get the facelift that it needs. It's gonna finally fit in amongst our Jeep clan that we got going on.
This was mechanic recommended.
So funny story how we actually got to sell him on finally.
You didn't have to sell me hard. I wanted one anyway.
The final straw that broke the camel's back was he needs to get this thing inspected, and our mechanic buddy looked at it and saw that that was bad, and that's probably not going to pass. So that was kind of the well, I mean, you kind of need a leaf spring anyways.
And
so.
it was like $100 extra, so I'm gonna spend the extra $100 because I'm me. Ah, you fixed it! Woo!
So we're gonna get cracking on this thing. Stay tuned, and hopefully you'll have 2 lift kits in one video. All right, so we literally just took the tires off and we found our first little interesting piece here. This leaf spring is the one that was bad. See, it right here, you can see it broke off of the leaf right there and there. And typical leaf springs have a little O that this bolt goes through right there. And I know professional mechanic talk. This side, on the other hand, it doesn't have that O. It's literally it's just in there by the grace of God. I don't know how you sending it has never like popped it off or anything.
It is a battle-tested machine, okay?
Like physics do not describe how this is actually working right now.
Don't act like you know physics. Don't. You don't know physics. We went to high school together. You barely showed up.
But I got my degree.
Because they were tired of dealing with you. That's how you got your diploma.
Yeah, diploma, not degree.
You're not college boy.
You can't take that away. Got cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap. Only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad. Baby, I'm bad. Got cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap. Only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad. Baby, I'm bad. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad.
All right, so earlier I had said that the leaf springs on here were very, very flat, and I have the old ones and the new ones together side by side to actually see how flat and how much less they kind of curve up and down. So this is obviously the old one. this is the new one. Now you can tell this one is way flatter than that one, but this one's also designed to actually push the axle down. Obviously, it is a lift kit. One difference too is on this old one versus this new one, see the new one has this little wedge here. This angle, this little wedge here, keeps the pinion angle correct to where it was sitting when it was on this, because this is obviously gonna push it down and everything's gonna kind of turn and twist and whatnot. So this keeps it exactly how it was here. That way all the angles stay the way that they're supposed to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we have been out here wrenching for a good few hours. Ran into a few snags here and there. It wasn't anything that we couldn't get behind or get around, but we have the back end torqued down to spec. The only thing that is missing is the shocks, so it'll look like something's missing, but that's the end product now. You see how much of a bend we have. It's gonna look crazy when it's actually on the tire. Now the axle is gonna sit up a little bit higher because of the weight of the Jeep, but now we're getting to the front end, and you can see Stevie over here is having a little bit of a time with a bolt. That's not being our friend, but simple kit, just age is kind of killing us right now. This whole thing has just been a little bit of a rust bucket. I mean, only a little bit. We've spent,
by that I mean a whole lot.
We've spent a good amount of time working on rust with this Jeep, and it happens with a lot of these older Jeeps. You can see there's a good amount of patchwork done to this frame here. Not the best, but it passes. So it's a work in progress, that's for sure. Right, TJ?
What's going on, guys? So we're back here again in the I guess you could still say it's our new shop, but we got my Jeep up on the jack stands finally, and the thing that caused us issues last night was the old one of these. As you can see, we had to do a little slight modifications to the bracket, but don't worry about that, it'll work fine. Yeah, it took a Sawzall and a grinder to it. Took a little bit longer than we anticipated, so we came back after work today and finished that up, got that ready to go, and should be ready for the install, well, the rest of the install here tonight, guys. So, guys, I know it is getting pretty late in this video, probably, depending on how long our editor makes it. And by our editor, it's probably gonna be Brandon. But, so we've hit some issues. But, yeah, I just wanted to update you guys. We are calling it a night for this evening because we're gonna go home, do some research, figure out what the heck's going on, and try and get it back together. Hopefully within the next couple days here, and then it should be ready to go for inspection finally. So I wanted to give you guys a little update. We had to take the track bar off and the sway bar links. We have those soaking in some PB Blaster right now because they're a little seized up, but we did get the new leaf springs on the front finally after a couple days of trying. But yeah, guys, I don't know if we're gonna split this video up or leave it in or make it one big one. I don't know what footage we have, what we don't have yet, but if I don't see you before the end of this video, guys, I just want to say please like, comment, subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we did not actually get to film the second half of putting this Jeep's lift kit on because we ran into a few issues and it wasn't, yeah, you didn't want to see it. There's a few choice words said and things thrown, but the final reveal of TJ's 94 Jeep Wrangler. And guys, I absolutely love how this thing looks. There it is. Now we have Mike's Jeep in the background that has the exact same lift for comparison, but TJ's Jeep looks so much nicer. He has a size bigger tires, and his back end actually sits a little bit higher than Mike's. But it's dirty right now, it's dirty, we know, but this is how it's sitting right now. And he's absolutely in love, and we can't wait to actually get this thing out on the road. So we're gonna call in and get it for inspection about next week, so that he can finally legally drive it. But exactly, but we do have to take it on a test drive, so we are gonna be, you know, kind of breaking the rules here, but it'll be all right, I promise. But she's done, she's ready for whatever activities we get into this summer. So there you go, that's 2 lift kits and 1 upload. I know it wasn't as jam-packed as when I did the lift kit on the JK, but it was we did it amongst a few days and it kind of got a little mixed up. But now we have both of these rigs ready for summer, and what we're gonna be doing, there's gonna be another big upload with the truck, and be on the lookout for that, because this one's gonna be way better than the Jeeping with Sasquatch video, because that one was kind of a sit down. This is gonna be probably the most action-packed video that we've ever done. So be on the lookout for that, and also we're gonna try and get these Jeeps out doing something in the near future. So stay tuned. Thanks for checking in and hanging out, and we'll catch y'all later. Peace.